Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my Monday messages. And just a reminder to anyone who's new, I'm Rebecca. I'm a homeopath. I'm a QTT coach practitioner and all-round natural health advocate. So today I wanted to share a little bit about some of the wonderful things that I learnt afresh, but also was reminded of when I went to an amazing breath workshop run by a really, really talented colleague of mine, fellow QTT practitioner, Joe Ford in Ennis in County Clare. It was an amazing day, and it's really brought a lot of things to consciousness for me. First and foremost, to have a really good look at how I am breathing in different situations, different times of the day, and whether the way that I breathe is the most healthy way for me. And that's, the answers to that are different for each of us. It also really reminded me of a whole bunch of homeopathic remedies that enhance our breath work and enable us to bring that side of our health to consciousness and to make any changes that need to be made. And breath work is a kind of funny expression, really, because breath shouldn't feel like work, but it often does. And breathing is something that we all take for granted. It's, air, water, food. They're the kind of staples that we need for life. But the air side of it, the breathing, is the side that most often gets overlooked because we take it for granted so much, because it is pretty basic, basically. If we're not breathing, we're not able to do anything. We're not able to eat or to drink or do anything else. And it should be automatic. It should be something that we just do and we don't have any conscious thinking about it. However, many of us are not breathing in a way that really truly nourishes us and enables us to do all the things that we need to do at a really, really healthy level. So what I wanted to do this week was to just encourage you all to actually just shift your focus a bit and bring how you breathe into consciousness. And firstly, becoming conscious of whether you are breathing through your nose or breathing through your mouth, because that's the biggest single change that needs to be made if you're going to really take advantage of everything that breathing gives us. And that's not just oxygen. It's all sorts of other gaseous exchanges and the actions from that. And one of the major things that is triggered and enhanced when we breathe through our nose as opposed to our mouth is the production of nitric oxide. And nitric oxide has proven to be a support for really optimum heart health, for our blood pressure. It has anti-inflammatory properties. It has antiviral properties. So a really important component of us being able to regulate ourselves in the most beneficial way. And that only happens through nasal breathing, not mouth breathing. So if you are mouth breathing predominantly, it's definitely something that needs to be turned around, and can be, because like anything that we do in an automatic way, it's just something that we've adopted at some stage of our life, and it's become a habit. It's become something that we don't think about. But that doesn't mean to say that it is the best thing for us now. And when we become conscious of that, we can change it if it needs to be changed, just the same as anything else. So that's what this workshop was doing, really, was giving us a really deep understanding of what's going on when we're breathing and why certain habitual ways of taking in air or exhaling it are not actually the most healthy for us if that's what we're doing. And then adopting just simple practices that we can do. And think about this, all these practices are actually free. They don't cost us anything to do this. Just the commitment and a little bit of time to do it. And it doesn't take long for those practices to become automatic. I can actually attest to that because as a student, long-term student of Qigong, which is literally the breath of life, I mostly do breathe nasally, and I breathe deep into my diaphragm. So when I breathe, when I'm breathing as I should, it's not my chest that goes up and down, it's my abdomen. And that's, if you think of small children when they're asleep and babies, when they're fast asleep, their breath is really slow, it's very deep, you can see the tummy coming up and down, and it's largely silent if it's healthy. And that's how our breath needs to be as well, if it's really at its optimum level. So the practices that we're committing to from this workshop are encouraging us to take up new habits and to be able to breathe in a way that really does nourish us. So this week I was just going to ask you to perhaps become conscious of how you breathe. Are you mouth breathing or are you nose breathing? Are you holding your breath? What occasions does that happen? Can you take kind of breathing breaks? So, for example, if you're talking like I am now, if we're talking a lot, we are actually mouth breathing because we can't do otherwise. So it's important that if you do a lot of talking in your job, for example, that you introduce some conscious breath breaks so you can catch yourself up and breathe deep into the abdomen, through the nose, always through the nose. So your aim is to inhale nasally, and you can, of course, exhale nasally too, but sometimes if that feels not comfortable, just opening the mouth, but opening it only very slightly. So and what that does is it really slows your exhalation down. And that's another thing that's very beneficial to our health, is to have a long, slow exhalation. So to make the exhalation a bit longer than your inhalation. And just having the lips slightly parted helps us to do that. So you can practice that this week and just notice what your breathing is like and become more conscious of, okay, if I'm mouth breathing now, so I need to close the mouth and consciously breathe through the nose. And if you feel inclined, we've got a bit of homework for this week, which is to do a 5-minute breathing practice, just 5 minutes a day, nothing really. I mean, if you can't afford 5 minutes to look at your breath, then you need to look at your time management, I'd say. So if you want to, then you can join me in this practice. And that is using the Om. And the Om sound has many, many benefits, not only because it's encouraging us to do that deep breath into the abdomen and then feel it rise as we exhale, but it also uses sound to vibrate from deep down in our abdomen, all the way up through our chest, into our throat and into our head. And when you can do this practice, you feel that tingling and that buzzing through your tongue, your nose, your whole head. And that vibration is energizing us, literally. That's energy moving. So it's a lovely practice to do. So what we do is we split the Om into 3 syllables. So it's and we do that around that for 5 minutes, and it actually goes by really, really quickly, I find. So I'll just give you a little sample. So and then when you're finished your sound, you're then taking in your breath through the nose, not the mouth. So okay, so you get the picture. So 5 minutes of that every day. Build it into whatever self-care practice you're doing, or just do it. I like to do it in the morning because then there's less people around, and if I can do it outside with the birds, then that's nice as well. It was actually pouring with rain this morning, so I couldn't. But you can do it anytime you like, and that will just help you to get into the habit of that deep breathing. So you're breathing nasally, most importantly. You're breathing deeply, so the diaphragm, that muscle that supports our upper torso, that is the muscle that is moving and powering our breath work, not the chest. If we're breathing into the chest and it's staying there, it's very shallow breath, and it's not giving us all the benefits that nasal breathing and deep breathing does. So just shifting your focus and starting to make changes. So I hope that is useful to you, and I really look forward to any shares of what you notice and what's different for you if you're deciding to do that practice. And I'm going to share this week some of the remedies, the homeopathic remedies that are coming to mind that will address any possible breathing habits that might be taking up your ability to be as healthy as you can at the moment. So look out for those. Okay, that's it. Happy breathing. Think about those regular breath breaks, and let me know what you think, as ever. Take care. Bye.